This beautiful thing you see here is Lovage powder. It changes the flavor of your cooking, enhances the flavor all naturally, and it's so delicious. Hi and welcome to a new video. How are you doing? Thank you so much for clicking in. If it's your first time meeting me, my name is Mecca. I live in the south of England. I grow lots of food in my allotment. This is not my garden, this is my neighbor's garden. And he's kindly let me come and harvest some lovage. Now, lovage is a herb that is perennial in the UK. It's in the celery family, but as you can see, it grows really tall, almost 6 foot in the spring, and it starts forming flower heads. You can cultivate lovage from its flowers, the seeds rather, or you can cultivate it from its roots, so like suckers. It's a wonderful, wonderful flavor enhancer in your stocks and your broths, and that's one of the main reasons I love using it. If you love adding celery to your cooking, you would absolutely love lovage. Yes, love lovage. Get it? Anyway, I want to show you how I normally process it and use it in my cooking. Would you like to see that? Come on then, let's do this. So harvesting it is quite easy. It can snap easily like so, but try to do this before it starts forming flowers. Although you can pick it even with the flowers, it's just sweeter before the flowers start forming. So what I try to do, just gonna harvest as many leaves as possible. You can see this distinctive hollow in the stem. Some celery plants, when it's beginning to flower, does this, but I'm not sure if that's every celery plant. But this is the distinctive feature in lovage. You have holes in there. You have the leaves serrated like celery, really, but a bit smoother, okay? And then the stalk is round rather than the celery. The smell is distinctive. Just touching the stems, the smell is absolutely distinctive. You can tell the difference once you perceive it. Let me know what it's called wherever you are in the world, but in English it's called lovage. It's an ancient herb apparently brought into the UK from Europe, but then not many people use it. I don't know why you can't even find this in the shops like lovage powder, because it's really makes a difference to your cooking if you want natural flavors that are absolutely delicious, and it's very versatile. You can use it in anything really, in my opinion. Although I've heard that there are people that do not like lovage, I think making the powder makes a difference to you enjoying it. Lovage is absolutely frost tolerant. Lovage is frost tolerant. It can handle really cold temperatures. We had a really harsh winter, and I have very little ones, a year old, that I just put in last year, and I thought they wouldn't make it, but they've thankfully come back absolutely well. So it can actually handle really heavy frost. I've harvested a lot, as you can see. This is a lot of lovage. We're gonna take all the stalks. Have you ever tried it? Maureen, have you ever tried it? This herb, lovage. Lovage is called.
Now, what do I have to do with it?
You can use it to make your stocks.
All right.
Dave is always trying to give it out because not many people. If you've added celery to your stock, you can add this. It's really nice.
Oh.
You want to take a stock and just try? Because Dave said I can have.
Maybe another time. Because
You sure?
Yeah, I've got me dinners for today.
Okay, because it's really good. So folks, let's go to my kitchen and I'll show you how I process it and make lovage powder. It's going to take you back to my plot. This is what our allotment site looks like. I've got neighbors that love growing flowers. Look at that. Look at that beauty there. So beautiful. I haven't got many flowers, but I have some at the end. As you can see down there, the poppies and the chamomile. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the stalks off, but now I just want to separate the leaves from the stalk. So this is the best way to ensure it all dehydrates properly.
2,000 years later.
I'm gonna go ahead now and dehydrate this. Now it is a lot of lovage. I'm not washing this because it's clean, it has no bugs. I'm very happy to use it as it comes. It's entirely up to you. If you really don't feel comfortable with using your herbs like that, then wash it. Lovage is actually high, so it's not really low. You don't run the risk of animals passing, urinating or defecating on them. So it's actually safe for me to do that. That's my personal preference. Do whatever you feel happy with. I love using this brand of parchment paper. No ad, but it's free from bleach and chlorine and any toxic chemicals. If you do, however, have to wash your herbs before dehydrating, ensure it dries out. Either use paper towels or kitchen towels. Dry them out nicely before you go ahead to dehydrate. It's really important. One, obviously, it quickens the process, and two, the risk of bacteria forming is lower because water is a medium for bacteria to grow, especially on vegetables. So I'm gonna what I do with my oven, a little trick that might be helpful to you. Instead of using just trays, I'm gonna just use the parchment paper directly here. If I use my dehydrator, this whole thing will probably need to go through the dehydrator 3 times, but in the oven it will fit in at once. So you do need a long sheet, okay? You need a longish sheet of parchment, longer than the weight. Don't worry, I'm not wasting this. I reuse this over and over again, so it's not waste. Just so that you have this thing sitting on the wall and nothing falls out from the sides. And now I'm just gonna spread this out as thinly as I can because it is a lot of it. It smells so good. Smells really fragrant and fresh. This is a fan oven, by the way. It's just a manual fan oven and it does a fantastic job for me. I've never had issues. This is our 4th year with this particular oven. No troubles at all. So I would leave the door a little bit slightly open and put my temperature, because it's manual. I would put this just between 100 and the 0. So that is 0. That is about 80. And this should be about 50. So just put it there, leave the door slightly ajar, walk away. It doesn't consume as much energy as if you're baking, so don't worry about energy bills. But then obviously it will dehydrate your stuff quicker.
2,000 years later.
Okie dokie, let's see what's happened here. It's all nice and crispy, fully dehydrated. So we're gonna go ahead and process this and then just crush it with my hand, and you can just take all the stalks out. So just be careful with the stalks because they're not as dry, and yeah, they got more moisture in them, so we don't want the moisture in the herbs. So I've just separated that, and then I'll go ahead and pass this through my blender to give me an even smoother blend. So we'll pop everything into the blender. Can you believe how all that lovage is just this little? I know, right? This is what happens with dehydration. We had a huge basket full, and it's just not even up to a full jug, and it will shrink further even in here. So we'll go ahead and blend this whole thing. Look at this beautiful color. This is Lovage powder. This will take your cooking from 0 to 100. We don't want to store this. It's a bit damp. At this point, it's still a little damp. So I'm gonna just dehydrate it for like half an hour, just so that any form of moisture, either from the stalks or the heat generated in the blender, would be eradicated. But look at this beautiful fragrant, bright, it's like electric green, right? What do you think? Let me know what you call this color. And the smell is beautiful, even better. So we're just gonna spread this out nicely and let this dehydrate for maybe 10-15 minutes. It looks really dry. And we'll store this in a jar. Okay, it's dehydrated nicely and I'm happy to store it. Now, if you're storing powders, it's essential to make sure that there's no moisture in them. I put mine in the freezer and take a little out each time. We'll go ahead and put this away for storage. This is it. This is how you make Lovage powder. And you can make so many different herbs, powders. You can do so many things with herbs, to be honest. But storing this in the summer and in the spring months helps you prepare you for the winter months, because these things are not prolific in winter, and so you want to ensure you've stashed up enough for when it's readily available. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Let's know what you've enjoyed most, and also what questions you have, and also any tips you have to share with me. I really appreciate hearing from you in the comment section. There you are. That is our Lovage powder. Just make sure you date it if you're not keeping it in the freezer. I put mine in the freezer, but if you don't, from time to time, go and shake this for about a week or two. Make sure there are no clumps, and once you're sure there's no condensation in there, these herbs will keep for a long time, as long as a year. Obviously, if you freeze dry this, it can even keep for way longer. Put it in a cupboard that's away from direct sunlight. That helps preserve and improve the longevity and the freshness of the herbs. And most importantly, enjoy it. You can dehydrate so many herbs: celery, onions, spring onions. I do this, store this, and it saves me a lot of money and also a lot of time. Obviously, doing it initially is time consuming, but in the long run, you have beautiful herb that you can use for so many things. If you've enjoyed the video, please do not forget to like, and if you haven't yet, kindly subscribe to the channel for more videos and more tips on what I do at my allotment and in my home and in my healing journey. Until next time, I'll see you in another video. Bye.